Hey, so I'm just here at the coffee shop. We've got what was that? Not guilty on the conspiracy charges?
Not guilty on not only myself, but a total clean sweep. Not guilty were all 7 of us.
And all 7 of whom, for people who don't know?
Well, of course, it was myself, and then one of the best Americans alive today, Bundy.
Bundy.
And his brother Ryan Bundy.
Ryan Bundy. Are there 2 M's in Ammon?
2 M's.
Okay, great.
And then also, of course, David Fry, who actually is sitting right over there being interviewed.
Okay, by Reuters.
And Jeff Banta, Shauna Cox, and Kenny Redenbach. And I spoke a while ago during the middle of the trial and stated that this case was a house of cards, that we had the Federals right where we wanted them, and that they couldn't win and we couldn't lose. And every single thing I said about that has come out exactly true.
And what was your name again?
Neil.
Neil?
Yeah, Neil Wampler.
Wampler. How do we spell Wampler?
W-A-M-P-L-E-R.
Okay.
So this is a tremendous victory for rural America and for the liberty movement in general. And it is also a disastrous, humiliating defeat for corrupt and predatory federal agencies and the war on rural America that they've been prosecuting for a number of years. Where we go from here exactly, I don't know, but we absolutely must capitalize on this great victory and the power and spirit that is surging behind it. This has been something that has captivated people from all over the country, and we will have to capitalize on that strength. The exposure of the alternate reality in which the Federals exist, which is most unfortunate, and I'll have to say, being a history buff, that our circumstances today are uncannily similar to colonial America in, say, 1774. At that time, many of the colonials had become thoroughly disenchanted with the central government, Britain, and absolutely convinced of its malign intentions. And this is the state of affairs today with many Americans. How it's all going to happen in the future, I don't know. I will tell you, though, we have one great advantage that the colonials did not have, and that is our constitutional republic and the ability for the government to right itself in this country through peaceful means. And that's, of course, what we all hope for, and avoid the horrors of civil war. Unfortunately, there's a certain element of Greek tragedy in what is occurring now, because I said there's a certain element, a culture in this society, the federal culture, that is almost completely insulated from and in a basic fantasy world that is almost impossible to communicate with. And we on our side, of course, are absolutely determined that the rights of our children are going to be preserved.
I want to close with a question. When you were a young child, what was your first memory of a civic understanding of, like for me, I read little biographies of George Washington, things like that, to try to understand the founding fathers and the beginnings of our country. What was your formative experience as a child that you can recall?
Well, quite honestly, I think it would have to be the first inkling I started doing is perhaps the first adult book I read when I was maybe 12 or 13, and it was entitled The Reason Why. It was the story of the Russo-British Crimean War in 1855. The reason why, of course, was theirs was not to reason why, but to do and die. And it was the first illustration of how incredibly incompetent a government can be. Those two we have nowadays, exactly the same repeats of Lord Raglan, Lord Lucan, and Lord Cardigan in our government.
And Is not there still controversy in Crimea now, to this day?
Well, whether it's over that particular war, I don't know.
Oh my
But of
gosh,
course,
I am quite jealous. I know nothing about it.
Of course, the separatist movements that have sprung up in Russia since the collapse of the USSR, they are probably what you're referring to there.
Yeah.
Many of those places, particularly Ukraine, have always resented being under Soviet control or Russian control. So that's along those lines.
It's getting more interesting, but I'm going to close in the interest of keeping it short.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do
another one. Hang on. Okay. Thank you.